is obviously to support its existing members, whether they are actively still in employment or whether they are retired. At the end of the day, that is foremost in our intention.
Now, ICAEW, what is the Institute of Chartered Accountants Growth Mission in Europe?
The Institute of Chartered Accountants has a very long history, as you know. With that history and the values that it carries, it's normal that it should be in the forefront of policy making with the supervisory institution in Europe. On top of that, there are approximately about 5,000 members in Europe. So all in all, the mission of the Institute is to make sure that those members are supported and looked after in Europe, that it has in presence with local accountancy bodies, and as I said initially, that it is very active in formulating policies at the highest level.
Now, you mentioned presence there, but why would you say it's important for the Institute to have a permanent presence in Switzerland?
Apart from the fact that I live in Switzerland, Switzerland and UK has always had a very close working relationship for many, many years, not only in trade. And the fact that, as I mentioned above, we have 5,000 members in Europe, what surprised us was to discover that there were 650 members in Switzerland. Those members have got to be sort of supported, but more important is that Switzerland is a very, very successful economy. Switzerland is where you have the local, the European Center of the United Nations. There are hundreds of international entities, multinationals. There are loads of civil servants working here. So when you take all of that into consideration and you take Swiss economy, which in itself is a success story that should be emulated and followed, there are sufficient reason for me to encourage the Institute to move from a pure contact member representation to having a proper country group member, as we call it, where there will be a proper committee with a secretariat looking after the members.
Now, one thing I did read was that 90% of ICAEW members think, for example, the HMRC service standards have either remained the same or deteriorated, according to research from the Institute itself. But in terms of the mission of the Swiss office of the Institute, what is the main mission, would you say?
Mission of the Institute of Chartered Accountants that we will have in creating a country group, as we call it, is obviously to support its existing members, whether they are actively still in employment or whether they are retired. At the end of the day, that is foremost in our intention. We also want to develop close working relationship with local accountancy bodies. We want to be able to promote what we offer overseas, but to Swiss students of accountancy in promoting the training, whether it is pre-qualification or post-qualification.
I mean, I think something that we were talking about is the fact that with globalisation, you need to really be on the person's doorstep. You cannot just expect to say, yes, pay your membership every year and expect the members to come to you. Is that something which you find is more prevalent nowadays?
Definitely, with globalisation, there is no doubt that at the end of the day, you have to go and support the members wherever they are. The fact that we have 650 members in Switzerland demonstrates the importance of having a more, shall we say, continuous and permanent support here. And it will grow, because at the end of the day, the United Nations are here to stay, multinationals are coming. The success story of Switzerland during the crisis has demonstrated that it is a very stable place to be in. So it attracts qualified people, and it will also be a way of encouraging Swiss accountants to have a complement services that they a complement qualification that they can provide to their own clients.
Well, Ayub, thank you very much for coming in. We wish you the best of luck in all of these endeavours, and it's been a pleasure chatting about with you today. Thank you.
Thank you for the time to introduce the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales.
Okay, well that's all from Ayub and myself for the moment, but as always there's more on Dukascopy TV coming your way, so please do keep clicking back. Goodbye.